Hey y'all, it's me. Welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, I'm Jen. I make makeup videos, or well, I used to, and it's been a few years, but I'm back. Hey. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. So I already started earlier and then I decided I wanted to film this. So I have already done part of my face priming. I did the Catrice Prime and Fine, if I can talk. And I just did that in like the T-zone area, like across the nose, a little bit on my forehead and on the chin. And then now I'm going to use my Glow Recipe, not the one everyone else is using, but the Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. Looks like that. It is really hard to see, but that is more than I wanted. Fine, it's fine. And I'm just gonna kind of press that into my skin and down the neck. Okay, so I've let that sink into the skin for a few minutes and now we're gonna jump into foundation. Lately, I've been liking using two different ones together, which is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. It's a little bit thicker and more of a full coverage foundation, which I like full coverage, but it's a little bit too thick and just I don't really like the consistency super well, so I've been using my NARS Light Reflecting foundation with that, and together it makes just a really nice base. Okay, so I just kind of mix that on the back of my hand and just kind of dot it all around on my face. I have a lot of redness kind of in my T-zone. I did one of those annoying peel off masks last night, so I'm using a little super old mirror and just blending it with a damp beauty blender. I'm going to kind of pull it down the neck a little bit. For some reason it's not blending as well as normal. Normally it doesn't take me this long. Normally this works really well together, and I dropped my mirror. Okay, so for some reason it's not blending well. I think it's the Catrice one. I think I used a bit too much. I normally use a bit more of the NARS, so I'm gonna take that just straight onto the beauty blender and spread it on my face to try and make it look a little nicer. So just a little pump on the good old beauty blender. It's mostly just around the nose, which is where I have the most redness from doing the peel off mask. I think that's looked pretty good. Not perfect, but we'll use concealer in a second. So my concealer, I don't know what I just said. My concealer is a little gnarly. I've used most of it. It's Doll 10. Not a huge fan. If you have any good like more drugstore recommendations, please let me know. It's a little too yellow, so that's what happens when you order online, but I'm just gonna try and get rid of some of that redness. My under eyes actually look pretty good, but yeah, let's try and get a bit more coverage. I don't mind the concealer, I should say. Like, the consistency and all that is fine. It's just the color is not the greatest. But yeah, it's a little too dark. I ordered it online from, there's like a deal on like HSN or QVC or something. Yes, I'm one of those people that shop on there occasionally. I think that actually looks pretty good. So let's do some cream contour. I'm really excited. I haven't done cream contour a ton, so I'm kind of experimenting. This whole thing's an experimentation, really. But I'm gonna use my Tarteist Pro Glow. I think this is in light. I don't remember. I got it with one of my FabFitFun ones. And then the cream contour. Clearly I haven't used a whole ton. But I'm just gonna use like a flat top foundation brush, but just use it on the very edge. Okay, well, apparently my contour part didn't record, so that's great. Thankfully, I noticed now though. But I used my Tarteus Pro Glow, I think it's in Lights, the cream contour shade. I think it's just called Shade. Yeah, it's called Shade. I don't have a good smaller brush, so I just use like a flat top, kind of like, I don't even know what this is called anymore, just foundation brush in a way. And I just used the edge, dipped it in the product, and then kind of drew a little line and then buffed it out. I guess we're just gonna, I'm still working on blending it. And then same thing, just kind of around the forehead, temples, and then down under the double chin. And then I also took some, kind of squished the brush and then down the side of the nose and then under the bottom. Sorry. So that kind of messed up my nose a little bit, so I'm taking a tiny bit of the NARS just down the center of my nose. A little extra beauty blender, makeup sponge, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just gonna kind of blend all of that again. Make sure it's just nice and blended. So next we're just gonna kind of set mostly the under eyes and parts of the face, pretty much the whole thing really. My favorite setting powder right now is the AOA Studio Perfect setting powder. This is in Soft Light. It's very messy, so you have to be very careful with it. But yeah, I like to use my Sigma F25 because I'm still a Sigma girl. Just dip it in there very lightly. I want to make sure all the creases under the eyes are blended out. And then with just a little bit of product, we're just gonna kind of gently push that into the skin. And then whatever's left over, just kind of on the rest of the face. I feel like I need a tiny bit more right on the outer part of my eyes. And we're just leaving the lids for now. Okay, now we're gonna kind of re-contour and bronze just to kind of intensify it, going back into that palette using the powder contour bronzer, whatever you want to call it, with an angled fluffy brush. I like to pinch it and just really carve out that cheekbone. And just blend the forehead really good. So for blush, I'm using the Milani Luminoso, everyone's OG favorite from way back in the day. I like to kind of take it up into the temple a little bit, like so. You want to leave some room, otherwise it'll pull your face down and just make your face look droopy. So that's why I don't do it like on the apples of my cheeks much anymore. Yeah, pro tip from me to you. And then I like to put a little bit on my nose. I mostly just do it like on the tip. Now another Milani product, it's their Strobe Light Highlighter in Afterglow number 01. Little tapered highlighting blush. Do you see that glow? A little bit on the nose. And I feel like it just blends into my skin so well and doesn't look like it's just sitting on top of the skin all gross and cakey. Yeah, it's my favorite highlighter and probably really the only one I use. I've bought it multiple times now. So we're gonna take this, I already have my lids primed and ready to go. That does not have a ton of payoff. I think I need something a bit fluffier. Let's go with the sky. Just doing a nice lighter transition shade and kind of winging it out a little bit. So now we're gonna take Jungle. And just gradually build that up. Alrighty, so now on a concealer brush, try to kind of do a little bit of a cut crease, halo eye. And we're gonna do that on both eyes. Okay, so now that we have that kind of cut out, I'm gonna take Azure, which is this really pretty blue color, on my finger. Stop. I'm hopping all over the place, but now I'm gonna take Swim, which is kind of a deep, pretty blue, and we're just gonna kind of blend around that. Just kind of, I just want it deeper and a bit more blue than green. Stop. This is so beautiful. And also, yes, it's raining off and on, so sorry about the weird noises. Back to that fluffy brush. Gonna kind of wipe most of it off on the back of my hand. Just kind of blend that together a little better. Ah, it's so pretty. I'm feeling adventurous, so now I'm gonna take, what is it? Marine, which, oh my god. Please tell me you can see this. Stop. It is so gorgeous. Oh my god. Like, please tell me the shimmer is coming off the way I hope it is. I wanted a tiny bit deeper, so now we're gonna take Infinity again on that same tiny little brush. Like, can you see the difference? Just a tiny bit deeper. I'm getting some fallout, but it's fine. We'll fix that. Don't worry. Okay, so I kind of cleaned up the lines, made it into that proper kind of winged out look that I wanted. And now for the lower lash line on a little short shader, we're gonna take that Swim color on the very outer part. And then a tiny bit of the even darker blue, the Infinity. Now we're gonna take Jungle, kind of like that color. And then that small little blender brush. And then now Plate Ground, that kind of limey green color. Just kind of blend it all out. Okay, and now I'm going back in with that same Milani highlighter that I used on my cheeks for the inner corner. And that doesn't want to work very well, so I'm going to use tiny bit of setting spray to get it damp. I'm just going to take a tiny bit that's left over right on the center of my lid. And then we're just going to blend that out a tiny bit. So I quickly filled in my brows and brow gelled, curled my lashes quick off camera, and then now we're just gonna do some mascara. This is the Catrice Glam Doll mascara. Alrighty, so I added a tiny bit more blush, but that's pretty much the look done. I did put a tiny bit of chapstick on. Normally I would leave it at that. I don't really wear a ton of lip colors. I'm trying to get back into lipsticks. But if I were to put one on, which I'll put on one now, is the Estee Lauder Crazy Beautiful is what it's called. It's number 430. It's their Pure Color Love lipstick range. Ignore the blue. It's kind of a My Lips But Better shade, I think. I really love the flat edge for really drawing out the edges better. It's just like a nice natural pinky color. It's almost too pink. with this greeny blue look, but whatever. And then a tiny bit of the same Milani highlight, just kind of on the Cupid's bow. Then tiny bit more down the nose and on the tip. And we're just gonna add some extra on the face too, because I put extra blush on and now it's kind of dimmed out my glow. Let's blend that. And that's the finished look. Yeah, set your face. I use the Catrice Cosmetics Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. You want to shake it really good before. Hold it decent ways away. I breathe some in and I taste that. A little much on the forehead there. A little much. Why'd I put so much on? Okay. Yes. If I had a little fan, that'd be great. Usually I just stand in front of my actual large fan, just put my face in front of it. But yeah. It just adds a tiny bit more extra glow, I feel, and kind of brings life back into the skin. But yes, definitely really like this. It's not the best I've ever used, but it's one of the first like more glowy ones, and I really like it. So yeah, I really like it. I think it makes my eye color pop a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow for more. I will definitely be posting more colorful, fun looks. I really missed makeup and playing around with it, and this has made me really happy, and it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I hope to see you guys again soon. Comment any recommendations or requests, but yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.